let's get ready for fall. So today we're gonna be making a cute little pumpkin. So we'll be using 3 dies. We're using the Aylin die number 226 and 1.75. We're using the Cleo die number 447, and we're using the strip die number 927. So let's get started. Let's start cutting out our bow. So this is the Aylin. It makes 3 cuts. It's a multi-cut one. You only need 1 bow, so I'm doing 1 strip across. I'm using this green here. I'm gonna roll it through I have the Scissors Big Shot Plus on my table, but the regular, all these dies that I'm using today fit the regular Scissors, the 6-inch one. Okay. So we have our Aylin cutouts. Put these pieces over here. Next, we're gonna cut out is our little stem to our pumpkin. So we're using this strip right here, one of these sizes right here. I'm gonna cut 4 because I'm gonna make multiple pumpkins. So I'm gonna cut out 4 of them. Okay, so I got my little strips here. I only need 1. So I'll put 1 over here. I'll save these for later. Next we're gonna do is our pumpkin shape. So we're gonna use 3 of the big ones, 2 of these. If you want a smaller pumpkin, you could use 3 of these and 2 of these, but I'm doing the bigger size. So 3 of these and 2 of these. So I got 3 of these. Let me stack them on and put them on there. 1, 2, and 3. And then 2 of these right here. And then we'll roll it through our Scissors machine. Okay, now we have all cut out. So we have 1, 2, our other little one, and our 2 other big ones. Okay. So we have 3 of the big ones, 2 of the small ones. We have our little Aylin cutouts. We have our alligator clip already lined with 1/4 inch ribbon. We have our stem for our pumpkin. We need our goodie rubber bands. And then we're gonna need another strip for wrapping our bow around, which is right here. Okay, so let's get started. Let's do the easy part first, which is the bow. So this is the Aylin. All I'm gonna do is add some hot glue to the middle. I'm gonna bring these towards the center, and they don't overlap, they're next to each other. Like that. And then we're gonna add, I'm gonna do some BSI glue, even though this is like the suede, regular hot glue works, but just to be safe, we're gonna add some BSI glue and hot glue. And I'll put that one on top. I'm gonna add some hot glue here, and we're gonna wrap it all the way around because we're not adding a clip to this. So I'm using the little center strip it comes with, and I'm gonna wrap it all the way around. Add hot glue and bring this over. Over here had some BSI glue coming out, so I didn't add any since it's already some there. And here I am gonna add it to close it off. A little BSI glue and a little bit of hot glue. And then close it shut. Move the excess. So now our little bow is done. Look how cute, it's tiny. Okay, our Aylin's done. So let's go on to making our little stem. So basically all you're gonna do is add some glue, and then we're gonna kind of like roll it. See how it's kind of rolled? I'm gonna add glue, and we're gonna keep on rolling. It's looking like that. And glue. Then make sure it's nice and snug all the way around. And then if you have little fuzzies, you get your little lighter and make sure all the fuzzies are gone. So this is our little stem to our pumpkin. Now we're gonna do the fun part. So let's start off with these. So you could do it two different ways. So one way is basically, so if you're new to like goodie rubber bands and pinching stuff, you could like go fold it in half, put your thumb in the middle, go like this, and then add the rubber band, and then get a bigger one. Add your rubber band. Make sure the rubber band's in the middle, like this, and do the same thing to the other one. We're gonna fold in half, put your thumb in the middle, go down, then go down, then grab a rubber band. Oh, I snapped that one. Grab a rubber band, and then we'll wrap it all the way around. And then kind of bring it towards the center. You want them to be even. Okay, so once you have two of them, we're gonna grab another rubber band and put those two together. So we're gonna wrap these together. Put them together, get a rubber band, and then wrap it. So this is the easy way. You just use more rubber bands. And then this is the top of our little pumpkin. Looks like that. So you used we used 3 rubber bands. So let me show you guys the other way. So this is the one that's a little bit more advanced because we're doing a continuous pinch. So we're grabbing this, we do our 1, 2, and then grabbing our next one. We're putting it against here. I'm moving my finger and I keep going with my folds. 2, 3, and then do the same thing. I'm putting against my finger and go down. I'm gonna do our last 2 pinches, 4, and then go down. 5. So we have our continuous pinch. Then we grab 1 goodie rubber band and then we wrap it all the way around. So if you're good at having a good grip, it's not even about the pinching, it's about having a good grip. Then you could do it this way, it's easier, and you use less goodie rubber bands. And then here we just adjust to make sure everything is even. And everything looks pretty much even. And this is the base of our bow. And then this one goes here, the top of our bow. Then we're gonna have our little stem here. And then we're gonna have our little bow here. It's gonna look like a cute little pumpkin. But now let's put it all together. So now that we have all our pieces here, we're gonna grab 1 more goodie rubber band. We'll put this one on top of this one. And we're gonna wrap it together. So let's get this here. Get this here. And let's wrap it. So 1, 2. Now here we get to play around with how we want everything to look. So here you can have a chance to shape your little layers, which it pretty much looks pretty good. Looking like this. So now that we have it like this, it's time to add our alligator clip to the back. So here between the one in the middle is where we're gonna add our alligator clip, which I already have my alligator clip here. So we're gonna get our glue gun. We're gonna add our hot glue to the back of our alligator clip. And we're gonna stick it onto the middle. And then I like grabbing this layer here, putting my fingers here to make sure that the clip is attached really, really well. And then we rub it from the top and from here. Okay, so now our clip is on there. I'm gonna grab our center strip here. I'm gonna open up my alligator clip. I'm gonna add hot glue here. Grab this strip, stick it on here, press down, and then we're gonna bring it this way. So here, like adding hot glue on top. I'm gonna bring it over, and then I'll go through these layers. Then I'm gonna add our hot glue here. And then I tug at it to make sure it's nice and secure. Then we'll go back in and here secure our layers. So press down, make sure everything is nice and stuck on there. I'm gonna go towards our alligator clip. We're gonna cut off what we don't need. So here, cut that piece off, we don't need it. We're gonna add our hot glue here. I put my thumb here, kind of pull it back, open up my clip, and then put it towards the middle. Hold down for a second. Then we're gonna bring our ribbon towards the center. So I line my clips with 1/4 inch Girl Green ribbon. You don't have to, but I do. Bring this towards the center. Grab our X-Acto, and then we kind of rub it to make sure that the glue is actually stuck onto the ribbon. Like that. Okay, now let's get rid of all these glue strings we have everywhere. Look how cute. So the shape is coming up now. You guys can see it's looking more like a pumpkin now. So we have our 2 layers on top, our 3 in the bottom. We have our little center strip. It's already attached to an alligator clip with teeth. I use the 60mm alligator clip from Treto.com. They're nice and reinforced. Perfect size for 4-inch bows. So now let's add our little toppings on top. So we have our little stem here. So I have my clips facing to the right. So I'm gonna want my bow on this side like this. So I kind of want to hide this piece here. So I'm going to put that one facing towards the back. So I'm going to add my little dab of hot glue here. Grab this, put this facing the back. So here's my clip facing this way. I'm going to have this one facing the back. So when the child wears it, you can't see it. Will be on the back of her head. We're going to hold that down for a second. And then we're going to grab this and we're going to stick it on here. So here, since it's felt backing on glitter, regular hot glue works. So add hot glue here, and you just stick it on here. And we're gonna hold for a second. Make sure it's nice and stuck. Look at it, so cute. And now we have our little pumpkin. Make more up. We have our little pumpkin. It is on an alligator clip with teeth. You can also do this one on a headband, which looks super cute on a headband as well. But it is adorable. We use 3 different dyes from Treto.com. We use the Cleo. So I use this one and this one. If this pumpkin is too big for you, you could do the smaller one. You could do 3 of these and 2 of these instead of 3 of these and 2 of these. But we use the Cleo. For the little bow, I use the Aylin in 1.75, which is a multi-cut one. And for the stem part of the bow, I use die number 927 as well. So those are the 3 dyes that I use from Treto.com. If you have any questions, leave them down below.